The sights and sounds of this administration would be new. In the Rose Garden, there would be children. In the president's office, there would be a rocking chair. In the hallway, there would be paintings. And in the evening, there would be music.
But the music would often be drowned out by discord. The new president would be tested and tested again, from the halls of Congress to the shores of Cuba.
My fellow citizens, the Soviet missile bases in Cuba are being dismantled. Their missiles and related equipment are being crated, and the fixed installations at these sites are being destroyed.
To sum it all up, we seek peace, but we shall not surrender. That is the central meaning of this crisis and the meaning of this government's policy.
Both he and Bobby, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, the political savvy that they showed during that, such a difficult time, and to be able to pull that out in a way that did not lead to nuclear war, I think is just remarkable.
John Kennedy also launched us into space, but at the same time had his eyes on more earthly matters like poverty in the third world. His solution, an army of peaceful volunteers.
There can be no greater service to our country and no source of pride more real than to be a member of the Peace Corps of the United States.
I was one of those first those kids who went in the Peace Corps right out of college. I went off and taught school in Africa for 2 years, and you know, had an experience that's affected me for the rest of my life.
And then, inexplicably, it was over. The grassy knoll, the school book depository, the shock of the new.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
And I remember everybody crying, and I remember the sense of loss we all felt.
Well, I remember it quite well because we were in a special session of the legislature in the fall of 1963, and it was announced from the chair, and we were just stunned.
Sadness, shock, certainly, and I was 21 years old, and so that really hit. Emotional as to the family, not knowing what comes next. That was, I think, really shook the ground that everybody walked on, and impacted all of our lives.
I was actually on KP at Fort Huachuca, Arizona, and we were setting tables or something like that, and we had the TV on. So we were sitting there watching this little black and white television set, just glued to the thing. It just seemed like a surreal experience.
That was back when national news could bring the country together in ways that I don't think it is even possible anymore. When there were only 2 or 3 networks, especially on a big event like that, everybody tuned in.
So then everything stopped. Then they locked down the base. And that's the way it was for about a week or so. And we just, nothing.
Television had really only come to this country about a decade earlier. And then to suddenly see on your screen this horrific thing, and then later to see the Zapruder of pictures, the camera, but the nation, I've never seen the nation in as much shock as that until 9/11.
One that always got me was the horse with no rider.
We lost a lot of what we thought we had as a country. I think we felt this was such a safe place and that those kind of things couldn't happen here.
That November, the nation was swept along on a tragic tide. But even in a flood, the waters recede. And eventually, the memories of what happened in Dallas will too. But not his legacy. With luck, it will endure in the hearts of those who choose to put cooperation above conflict and peace above pride.
All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore,
As a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.